Hi everyone, my name is Dara. I'm a gender therapist in Colorado, and today I bring you part 4 in the series, I Know I'm Trans, What Do I Do Now? So today's topic is going to be around the subject of whether or not you should transition. So this is something that it's going to be hard to cover it just in a few minute video, but I really wanted to make sure I put this out there because some people don't know that that's even an option. Just so you know, there's so many people out there who discover and realize and come to terms with the fact that they are trans, but then they're not sure if they should transition or not. And there's a lot of reasons that this could come up for somebody. But mainly I wanted to let you know that you're not alone if this is something that you've thought about and you've wondered about. You gotta understand, there's so many things in our world today that make it difficult to be able to transition. And I don't mean to sound so doomsday, but just trying to be realistic. It's gonna be easier for some people than others based on what kind of resources they have, what kind of family they have, what kind of community they have, where they live. So not everybody has all of that lined up nicely. And then we kind of cover a couple of things that I know can come up for somebody when they're trying to decide whether or not they should transition. For one, I've heard people say that they're not sure if their discomfort with their assigned gender at birth is strong enough or if it's persistent enough to transition. And so this is where I know a lot of people go back and forth and back and forth. Is this really what's going on? Maybe not. It kind of feels like it went away. Oh no, it came back. And really, this is something that one of the only ways that you can figure this out is to give it time. You have to maybe wait and see. Is this something that subsides sometimes and comes back again? Chances are there's something going on with you. Chances are you really do have some level of degree of discomfort with your assigned gender at birth. And trying to figure out what to do about that is the question. How bad, how difficult is that distress, that difference that you feel between your actual gender identity and the gender identity you were told you were when you were born? Excuse me. A couple of things to keep in mind is that as you give it some time so that you can recognize, is this a cycle, is this a pattern, this does keep coming up, check in with yourself to see, first of all, what is the definition of being trans or transgender that you believe or that you've heard. Make sure it's one that is not something that you're being told that you are not trans enough, as they call it. There are a lot of definitions of what it means to be trans, and you don't even have to define yourself as trans to want to transition. So check in with yourself to make sure you're not trying to fight against something like that, and also be sure to check in for any internalized transphobia, which is that you have inside transphobic feelings in general about what it means to be transgender. Start paying attention to how you react to people who are transgender, who are in the world, and recognize if you have negativity, and recognize that you are feeling that about yourself too. That's going to be something you're going to need to work through to help you decide if you should transition or not, because that sort of it interrupts the process of you being able to really think clearly about it. So like I said, take your time, record your observations, because you're probably going to forget. Write it down, find a way to document it, how you feel on a certain day, and then keep track of it every few days, once a week, whatever you need to do. And, even if you say on a scale of 1 to 10, here's how I feel today. Something simple like that, so that you can look back on it and you can use that data to give you information about whether or not this is going away. So other concerns that come up, and this can vary from person to person, concerns about loved ones in your life and how they might react if you transition, employment concerns, safety concerns, money concerns, and it's definitely a controversial topic and a controversial phrase, but passing, whether or not someone feels that they're going to pass, if that's something that to them they feel like it's important. So weighing out the risks of your transition is one thing that you can do to help it feel less overwhelming. Hey, this is Dara. It turns out I had so much to say on this topic that I'm going to divide it up into 2 parts. So this is the end of part 1, and I will be posting part 2 within the next few days. So that way you can think about this first part before you move on to the next one. Okay, see you there.